Okay, good evening, my dear friends. My name is Preeti, and I welcome you all today on behalf of the UT Arlington and the Hindu Student Council here on this wonderful evening to attend a seminar on the immigration issues. Before we further proceed into the event, I would like to introduce Mr. Shashidhar Devi Reddy, who is the Director of Lucid Technologies. He's been associated with UT Arlington for quite some time now. He has done his master's in mechanical engineering. He happened to fall in love with UT Arlington, so he also happened to do his master's in business administration. As the director of Lucid Technologies, he takes care of IT management, international management, strategic management, and also some issues with HR. So now I call upon Mr. Shashidhar Devi Reddy to further keep us going.
Good evening. Good evening, my dear UTA friends, our fellow batchmates, and HSC, RN law firm. It's really a beautiful evening, and as Preeti told, I fell in love with UTA because I started my journey, US journey, from right here, like UTA class. Actually, this room was one of my class also. If I remember right, it was 10 years back, I guess. Some of the things which were taught, like math class or something, which we had so many other departments where we couldn't mingle in the same classroom. Bigger rooms were needed for those kind of subjects where we had to take its compulsory subjects or whatever you call it. And I've been associated with HSC since its inception, and we have been sponsoring the events like Diwali and whatever they have come up with events. We usually tend to have a good relation, and Prasad has been in touch with us. And to talk about them, Rahul is one of the attorney who got my green card in this country. So I have a long relationship with them too, and he happens to be from the same community as I am back home in India. And so I thought, like, somebody who has helped me in US and something which has given wings to US. So I wanted both of them together, and it happened tonight. And it was, apart from this, actually we have a couple of products. Like my main business is Lucid Technologies, which is IT staffing and IT development. But apart from that, we have Lucid Jobs also, which I think this is what we have. We are planning. This is a preview of what it's going to be in this December. You are the first guys to see the preview. And right now we have launched this website like 2 years back, and it's been doing good, and people have been getting interns, and they have been using that one. So go ahead and register on the website, and we never know, it might help you at a later point of time. And with that, I just want to conclude, and I would welcome Ms. Emily to take care and talk some of the immigration issues. You guys are really lucky because this is the right stage to plan your future and get tips on immigration. Here, employment, I'm coming until here and getting graduation, and from here, employment along with the immigration is the important thing. So these guys are experts, and I would like them to speak. Thank you.
Alrighty, well, thank you all for having us here today, and thank you for Shashidhar and also the Hindu Student Council for inviting us to participate in this seminar. And as Shashidhar said, our goal is to basically inform you about what your options are after graduation. Hopefully your goal after graduation is going to be to get a job, and so we're here to give you all of your options and things you need to know about the immigration process so that your career goals will be in line with your immigration goals. And so let me give you the fine print first. Obviously, this is just a general seminar with basic information, so this is not meant to be any specifics to your situation. And if you do want advice from legal counsel on your specific situation, make sure to contact an attorney. All right, so I want to start off kind of from the beginning, where you may have your first opportunity to start working while you are on your student visa. That would be CPT, or Curricular Practical Training. This type of work authorization is only available after you've been enrolled in your classes for 1 full year. And it allows you to work in an area of your degree field of study. And for the CPT is not available for just any student program. It has to be a required part of the degree for you to graduate or provide academic credit to you. An employer who wants to hire someone who's on CPT needs to make an agreement with the university, and you'll need to get an I-20 updated from your school with that CPT endorsement. One of the major things to be aware of if you are going to go ahead and do the CPT program is that if you are on CPT for 1 full year and then you graduate, you are not eligible for OPT, which comes after graduation. It's another type of work authorization that is very useful for students. So not as many people take advantage of the CPT. If you do, make sure you don't use a full year of it, otherwise you will foreclose an opportunity after graduation that's very important. All right, so your next opportunity to work will be shortly before graduation or after that, and that's called Optional Practical Training, or OPT. This is supposed to give you 1 year of hands-on practical training in your field of study. In order to be eligible for this, you have to be enrolled in your classes for at least 1 year. There are 2 types of OPT. The first being before you graduate, called pre-completion OPT. This can be part-time work while your school is in session, or if you're on summer break or spring break, winter holiday, you can work full-time during that period. The most common OPT that most of the students will use is post-completion OPT, which means after you graduate, you can work for 1 year. There are some things that need to be filed in order for you to get the OPT authorized, and you have to be very careful of all of the filing deadlines. The first being that if you are going for the pre-completion OPT, you need to file the application for that 90 days before you actually want to start work, because it does take right around 90 days for you to get your card in the mail that tells your company that you are authorized to work. For post-completion OPT, you can file the application up to 90 days before you're going to actually graduate, or up to 60 days after. So you have about a 150-day window there. But be careful about when you get your I-20 updated. You have to have an I-20 for filing the OPT application. The I-20 has to be filed with your OPT application within 30 days of when it's issued. So you don't want to get your I-20 and then wait too long before you actually file your OPT application. The application form that you have to file is called an I-765, Application for Employment Authorization. So you'll get an I-20 from your school saying, yes, you're authorized for OPT. You file that with an I-765 application with the Immigration Service, and in about 90 days, you will get a card in the mail that says you're authorized to work for 12 months. You show that to your employer, and then you can start working from that point. One of the questions we get asked quite a bit from students is, I've applied for my OPT card, my I-765 application is pending, my employer wants me to start work now, but I haven't received the card yet. Can I work? And the answer is no. You actually have to have the card in your hand before you can start working. So that's one important detail to be aware of. Now, once you have your OPT, it's going to be valid for 1 year. So you have 1 year to decide where your next step in immigration is going to take you. If you decide to switch your visa from an F1 student visa into a different work visa, such as an H-1B visa, you have to be really careful about the timing of this application as well, because the H-1B visas start on October 1st every year. And your OPT, especially if you're going to graduate in May or December, which is most common, your OPT is going to end the next May or December.